YouTube family, what's good? What's good? This is Lee for Lee Fitness, Spirituality, and Astrology, okay? And today I want to talk about the factors in relationships, okay? Because, I look through a lot. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, especially astrology sign groups. And, what's funny to me is, I just look in the groups. I never post because I don't have those type of relationship issues, all right? Being as though I'm very knowledgeable of my birth natal chart, I understand my flaws and I understand my positives of sides of myself, excuse me. What's disturbing to me is a lot of us are self-sabotaging our own lives, okay? And what we want to do is we want to blame everybody but ourselves, okay? The number one problem out here is the lack of knowledge, okay? We don't do any research for ourselves. We keep continuously repeating these same cycles, these same conversations, okay? These same theories, these same ideologies that have never worked, okay? Which put us in situations that we think we're doing the right thing. And we're not doing the right thing, okay? We're not, and I know that this is hard to swallow for some people because how you been raised and the things that you've been told from a child, it's very hard to erase these things and say, hey, you know what? I need to look outside of what my parents told me. I need to look outside of what my friends told me. I need to self-investigate. Scorpio, the detective, you need to self-investigate. Okay, there are a lot of factors that go into compatibility with someone, all right? Excuse me. Number one is how you were raised. Man, excuse me. I just drank a soda, y'all, so I'm gassing up. How we were raised is the number one problem. Most of us, 99% of us were not raised properly, okay? And that's not a knock on anybody's parents. That's including my parents, okay? And how I was raised. We were not raised properly, okay? Most of us have abandonment and rejection issues, okay? And we carry these issues with us into adulthood, all right? We have to understand, number one, we just cannot date anyone that we want, all right? I will make this clear. We cannot date anyone that we want. In order to date someone that is not compatible with you, you have to be enlightened on a very high level to tolerate certain behaviors, okay? It is our behaviors that are causing a lot of trauma because we're trying to force people to be what we feel they should be to us, okay? We don't even think about what we should be to them. We're only one-sided, I'm in these Facebook groups that I'm in, a lot of them. I read these posts and it's always one-sided. It's always one-sided. It's always what the other person has done to me, okay? Let me ask you guys something. When you're evaluating a person in a relationship, do you ever say to yourself, what can I do for this person? No. You're always thinking, what can this person bring to the table for me? And that's where one of the biggest mistakes that we make lies. We're always worrying about what the other person brings to us instead of what we bring to the other person. Okay, and it has to be both ways. You have to look at it both ways. What does this person bring to me? And what do I bring to this other person? If you're not looking at it on both angles, you're going to have relationship problems, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, when a person dysfunctions, all right, unless they're just totally dysfunctional, our energy, which is in our birth natal chart, brings out either the best in a person or it brings out the worst in a person, okay? And this is why I say a lot of you guys need personal readings first before you even need a compatibility reading unless you're in a serious, toxic, or violent relationship, all right? If you're in a toxic or violent relationship, then yes, You need a compatibility reading to get your charts looked at because, guys, listen, if you can't communicate with a person, that relationship can be volatile, okay? If you cannot relate to a person emotionally, that relationship can be volatile, okay, or depressing, okay? It can cause a lot of misery and discomfort, and a lot of us are in misery and discomfort, not because we're in a bad relationship, because we don't know ourselves, we don't know our energy makeup, and we don't know our partners the way we think we do, or their energy makeup. We only know what we see and what they do from what we see, but we do not know their internal makeup to make this person happy. And the birth natal chart provides that information, okay? And I told you guys, the birth natal charts are absolutely free. I would do your chart for free, okay? We have to understand that astrology has took a very bad rap, okay? There's people out there who do not want you to know astrology because astrology gives you independence, okay? Once you understand your astrological makeup, okay, you can be totally in control of your life. You can understand your triggers, what makes you angry, what makes you happy, you know, what you're good at, okay, how you think mentally and how you feel emotionally. You have to be in control of these things. If you're not in control of these things, you are just going to go through the rigors of life, which nobody should go through. But we go through these things because of how we were raised in our belief system. All right. So, for instance, I was in a Gemini Virgo group. Okay. Gemini and Virgo is a very, very difficult relationship. Okay. Taurus and Libra is a very difficult relationship. Sagittarius and Pisces is a very difficult relationship. Aquarius and Scorpio is a very difficult relationship when you don't have the right aspects and the people who are involved are not enlightened or unaware of this, okay? We keep on doing things that have never worked, okay? We keep on doing things that have never worked. We want to talk it out. We want to get other people's opinions. We want to go to marriage counseling and all of these things. Listen, you have to get to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is compatibility. It's compatibility, okay? It's compatibility. Listen, you must be able to form an emotional bond and a mental bond with a person before you form a physical bond, okay? And we've been taught to build a physical bond first, okay? Every time I go in these groups, let me tell you the most toxic thing you can say, and I see it all day long. Oh, the sex was good, but we didn't last, but the sex was out of this world. That's toxic because sex does not hold anything together. Sex is just a good time. That's it. It does not equate to a good relationship at all. Okay, that's just part of the relationship. Okay, and most people, they get in relationships where they have nothing in common with the person but good times. After the good times and you're at home together, you can't stand each other. Okay, you can't agree on anything. Okay, one person likes this, one person likes that. These are signs of incompatibility. I like to go out, but my husband don't ever want to go out. Okay, my husband likes sports. I hate sports. If you're in these type of relationships, they can't work. You're trying to make something work that's not meant to be. That's why it is very important, first of all, that you get a personal reading to understand yourself. And if you're in a toxic relationship or a violent relationship, get a compatibility reading, okay? Period. All right? If you're just meeting somebody new, get a compatibility reading. Don't waste time trying to figure somebody out because that is very hard to do by just sight and what you hear. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. There's a lot of people that have been in relationships 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 years, and they try to rationalize that 10, 12, 15, 20 years talking about, oh, it's been ups and downs and all. It's ups and downs because you're trying to make something work that does not work. Stop saying that you're supposed to go through trauma in relationships. That's not true. That's what you were raised to believe and think. You're not supposed to go through traumas, okay? Disagreements, yes, okay? But not traumas to where you're fighting and all of this make up to break up and all of this kind of stuff. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. And we have, again, normalized dysfunction because of a lack of knowledge. We don't want to learn, okay? We don't want to learn. Let me just say this. Instead of saying, I don't believe in something, you need to say, show me what you're talking about. That's my number one disappointment with people. They will, when I'm in these groups, right, and I talk about astrology and the birth natal chart, the first thing somebody will say is, oh, you can't judge nobody on their birthday sign and all of this stuff. How do you know that? Did you research it? Did you look? Have you lived it? Have you experienced it? No. Why don't you say, show me? That's what you need to say. Show me what you're talking about and get solid proof instead of being stuck in, I don't believe that. Because if nothing has been going right in your life, then what are you talking about? What are you talking about? If you've been in relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship, you having kids by different people all over the place and you ain't been able to settle down, it's because you have no clue on what's good for you. You're just guessing, playing a guessing game. And that's why we have so many baby mamas out here and so many baby daddies, because there's just people just jumping ship. Next person, next person, next person, hoping that the next person is the right person. And I'm here to tell you that astrology can stop all of that. It can stop all of that. All you have to do is open your mind and get a copy of your birth natal chart. And it's absolutely free. Okay? So, again, if you would like a copy of your birth natal chart, they're absolutely free. All right? Compatibility readings and the reading of a chart, a personal reading, that is a service. Multiple charts are a service. All right? So listen, guys, I'm asking you guys, okay, stop saying you don't believe in something, but you call yourself something. Okay, if you don't believe in astrology, then you should not call yourself any sign at all. That's a sign. That's a sign of confusion. Okay, I had a lady say that the other day. She's in the Virgo group talking all of this Virgo stuff, and she's going to tell me I don't believe in astrology. That's man-made. Okay, well, if that's your belief, then why you call yourself a Virgo, and why are you in a Virgo group? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Okay, and this is how confused we are. This is how confused we are. But the thing is, there is evidence and proof out here that can help you, but a lot of people are not open to learning anything. They just want to say, they get into their emotions, and I don't believe that. That ain't true. You can do this, you can do that, but their life is a total wreck. They can't find anybody. They don't have multiple girlfriends, multiple boyfriends, and still talking about what they believe in. That's a person that is totally confused. Okay? So guys, understand this. There are many factors that go into a relationship. Okay? I told you guys there are 3 types of every sign. Okay? You have an Aquarius, a Capricorn Aquarius, and a Pisces Aquarius. And each sign has 3 representations of that sign. And you have to understand which one is compatible with you. Which one? Okay? You just can't date anybody that you want. You can't. You cannot date just anybody that you want. All right? So again, if you would like to get a free copy of your birth natal chart, you can reach me at Facebook or Instagram under Lee Fitness, Spirituality, Tarot, and Astrology. You can reach me at TikTok under Lee the Astrology Guy, or you can leave me a message here on YouTube, Lee Fitness, Spirituality, Tarot, and Astrology. Okay, this is Lee One Love.